G Bear, Homesteading the Desert. It's Saturday, October 21st, I guess, 22nd, somewhere in there. Anyway, what you're looking at here is a little thing that I put together. I call it a drag rack. And what this does is you can see the little pieces of angle iron down there. There's two on each side. And those are cutters. And then here's a shaper and a leveler. It's a big piece that goes across like that. And it has these two little side braces on there that help break down any extra lumps that are there and climb over rocks if it has to. And then I have this sheet on the back here, which is a piece of steel diamond plate, 1/8 thick. I cut and welded a couple of ears on the bottom there to gather up the back dirt. And what this does is it grades my roads for me. I just hook it up by chain to the back of the ATV, put it in first gear, and just start driving. And I just drive up and down the roads. You look, you'll see that the road has been all graded. I took all the ruts out, and it's perfectly flat and level now. And it was as easy as a drive in the park. All I had to do was drive around the road. And I did all the roads. I drove in a full circle. I did a figure 8 around my water tank and around the back side of the container here for the water truck road. And I came back down around through there, and I crisscrossed here in the center a couple of times. So I got it all, the humps and lumps taken out. You see there's a couple of ridges here, but those will all break down in no time at all. I went all the way down and around the back driveway here. I'll go down a little further here, so I'm going to take a look down there. And let's see. Yep, graded all the way down back to the road. And I actually took it down Weeping Willow, that goes all the way across there, the private road coming in, and I took it all the way out to the main road, and I graded that and took all the roots out of there. And I took it all the way to the other end of the 20 acres down that way and cleaned the road up that way too. So I've got a nice level road to drive on here all around the property. All right, I did a earlier video this morning, but it's not going to cover anything more than what I'm going to cover right now. When I got here at back here at 10:30, quarter to 11 last night, I rolled in and everything was looking fine until I pulled up in front of the cabin and my lights shined, and my turbine pole was leaning up against the cabin. The guy wire that goes down right there broke. And apparently they had a wind episode here yesterday, and the wind was gusting 50 to 60 miles per hour, and it broke one of the wires. So I upgraded. I put 3/16 cable on there, or 3/16 steel rope, if you want to call it that. And now I've got a double line there on the two windward sides. The one that levels to the cabin, I'll take care of that one a little later. But you'll see a little dog leg right there in the pipe. It got bent a little bit, and I'm going to try to straighten that out. It actually pulled the concrete right out of the ground. 3 feet of concrete, reinforced concrete going down into the ground with a slab on top, and it pulled it right out of the ground to lean it up against the back of the cabin. And up there on the ridge, you'll see right about there, there's a break in the shingles where the unit landed, and it actually twisted my solar panels a little bit when it hit them, but no damage done. Anyway, I got all of that done this morning. It's all anchored in place, and I couldn't get the bottom perfectly straight, but I'm going to go pick up some concrete and some other materials I need tomorrow over at the depot. And after I pour a few bags of concrete down there into the hole to make sure I got a good anchor on that base, I'm going to park my ATV over by that little shed there, bring the winch cable out, and I'm going to tie it right there at the dog leg, and I'm going to try to winch it back over and see if I can straighten that out a little bit. It really doesn't matter. I mean, the turbine is just spinning away, and it was humming last night, even though it was leaning up against the shed. It was definitely cranking out electricity last night. I woke up to batteries at 12.7, and that was with my coffee maker running, my electric coffee maker, so that was pretty good. I turned the TV on, and that dropped it down to 12.6, but I don't think I was worried about the batteries going down in that instance. Anyway, these tie-down cables helped hold the solar panels in place, and I got those all re-anchored and set back a little bit, so I've got to clean them though. Somebody was asking me why I keep them down low and not up on the roof. Well, you see the dirt here, the dust flies around here in the desert. I'd have to keep climbing up there to clean them. Down here I can just take a rag and walk around the thing and clean them all off. So usually what I'll do is I'll put a little bit of dishwashing liquid in a 1-gallon pail and take a sponge, and I'll go over and sponge all of those out. Anyway, that's where we're at. My drag rack works great. I love that. It'll just store on the ground like it's sitting. All I have to do is come over and unhook the chain off of the trailer hitch right there, and I can put the chain away inside, and the rest of it just sits wherever I drop it. I'll find a good place to park it so I won't be tripping over it in the dark. But that's going to save me a lot of time and effort when the rains come and the tires make ruts in the road. I just have to take the drag rack down there and square everything off. G-Bear signing off from the desert, having a blast.